beyond potentially the career that you're currently focused on or the business that you're attempting to scale right now, life is continuing to move forward at a rapid pace right in front of you every single day, right? You got your family that you get to take care of, and you got your health that you're putting attention to, or the relationships that you're continuing to build and nurture and develop as you grow forward. And you might be thinking to yourself, I have no time to put towards anything else. Maybe you're feeling a little bit burnt out already. And this is what happens to so many well-meaning experts, coaches, or consultants that are looking to build a business that matters, but they are consistently thinking to themselves, I simply do not have enough time to get things done and to do what's required for me to grow this business because there's just so much to do. Well, today, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I only just had a couple of hours to get things done every single day, and how you can start leveraging time to your advantage. So I see this opportunity in and of itself to be able to really take a step back and consider if we only had just maybe an hour or two max in our day to get things done and move the needle forward on building a business that matters, and forces us to really focus on what's meaningful and what really moves us forward and moves us beyond what most people believe. Most people believe that they need to work longer hours in order to get more done and to succeed. And there's a recent study out from Stanford University relevant to this topic that I wanted to share with you. And so listen to this. It talks about an economic professor that found that productivity per hour declined sharply when a person works more than 50 hours a week. After 55 hours, productivity drops so much that putting in any more hours would be pointless. And those who work up to 70 hours a week are only getting the same amount of work done as those who put in 55 hours. And it says, busyness is not a means to accomplishment, but an obstacle to it. When we define ourselves or our self-worth by our work or willingness to go the extra mile, it's easy to think that getting or doing less, meaning being more intentional and efficient with our time and creating more peace in our minds, are barriers to success. So this understanding, here's what it can do. It can really just move us in a direction that is challenging for us, right? It can really ground us in understanding as we rewire our minds around this idea of time and how we optimize every minute to help us produce better results in less time with really more peace and power. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jeremy Bellotti. I'm the founder of Personal Mastery, where we specialize in helping 6- and 7-figure professionals and entrepreneurs prioritize their time in order to leverage their unique expertise, skills, and journey of personal growth to launch a profitable online coaching or consulting business, ethically enroll premium clients, and make a meaningful impact without sacrificing their integrity, health, family, or freedom. You can learn more at personalmastery.com. Now, first, let's go ahead and distinguish this typical idea of work, right? Because that's what this study is focused on, is the traditional idea of the corporate world or going into work versus our life purpose. And for some of you, that might be one and the same thing, but we're talking about here, we need to focus on that distinction between just the typical idea of work versus the work we feel called to immerse ourselves into each and every single day that aligns us with this higher calling to make a difference, make an impact with our skills and knowledge and what we are able to share with the world. And we also want to understand that there is a difference between what it mentions in terms of busyness, right? There's a difference between busyness and a business, and running a business that aligns with the calling that allows you to do something that just fuels your fire every single day. So we need to understand that distinction, right? Because in terms of the overall time scale, it doesn't necessarily mean less time means more, getting more things done. What you need to realize, and the paradigm we need to shift, is that it's not always about just the hustle and grind. And the more hours you spend, that means you're going to get more done. We need to be efficient with our time because we want to build a business where we're not having to sacrifice that time with family and the people that we love. We're building a business to create a lifestyle. That lifestyle is our focus, is our vision. The business is a vehicle to support that, not the other way around. And so As high achievers, sometimes this is challenging, right? Because we're always looking to strive to the next thing and, put ourselves out there and really take the energy, time, money, and energy that we have that we focus on things that we care about. We just go all in, right? And as high achievers, we really struggle sometimes with being able to take honest inventory of where we are putting our time. Right? This is something I would really invite you to look at is where are you currently putting your time? For example, right? How much time and energy do you put into allowing your mind to go into thoughts that really are limiting us, right? Like how many thoughts are we allowing ourselves to go towards every single day that are limiting beliefs, holding us back into a paradigm of maybe time for money, or maybe thinking to ourselves that we are incapable of achieving things that we see other people creating with their businesses, whether it's online, whether it is in our career, whatever it might be. How much time and energy are we putting towards allowing those thoughts to persist? Also, being able to really look at the reality of what we prioritize. There's Parkinson's law that we need to appreciate in this old adage of the fact that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. That's Parkinson's law. And we need to be able to understand that in relation to what we prioritize. Are we really prioritizing what matters? Because here's the thing, you will always be able to find time with what you are willing to prioritize. And sometimes if we're not willing to look at that, and by dismissing either of those first two realities, right, where we put our time and attention and our mind and our focus each and every single day, what kind of thoughts are we allowing ourselves to have on a day-to-day basis, and what are we willing and are currently prioritizing? If we're dismissing those two realities, then we divert ourselves from success with any tactical steps or productivity tool or app or whatever it might be from there, right? And we're just going to go around and around trying different habits and trying different productivity apps and all of that. And yet we're still coming up against that same obstacle, and we feel like we don't have enough time. We feel like there's never enough ability for us to get things done. It's going to hold us back from effectively using the things that are going to amplify our production, right? Which are some of the tools and apps and all the things. They're all great. Or the book of getting things done that you started reading, but we didn't pass the second chapter. All those things are awesome. But if we're approaching it dismissing those first two realities, then we've got to be able to shift our focus. And so the purpose here is to condense time and understand the scope of what you get to achieve. So if I'm thinking to myself, okay, I only got 1, maybe 2 hours to put attention towards the thing that really is going to move me forward into creating a business that matters. One thing that I was really required to do at the beginning when I first started my journey was I had to really start taking inventory of where I was allowing my focus to go. I had to start asking myself the question, why am I not willing to prioritize this? Because if I was, I'd be able to find time. I'd be able to find the energy and the resources to be able to get this done. What's holding me back from fully going all in and prioritizing? What am I scared of? What am I afraid of? What's maybe a block that I haven't seen? And you then are opening doors to now who can I rely on to connect with? And you start opening the opportunity to maybe speak and connect with people or invest in mentorship and make sure you have the right people around you to really give you the honest feedback that you maybe need at that moment, right? And so, now in the position that I'm in to be able to run a business and being able to serve clients, well, now my focus, if I had to think, hey, I got 1, maybe 2 hours a day to be able to get things done, and that's where I'm putting my attention, here's what we do, right? Number 1, I'm going to be really required to focus on the strategic long game vision. We can't lose sight of that. We can't just get stuck in the day-to-day daily task, right? The busyness of what we're trying to accomplish. We've got to run a business, which means we can't distance ourselves as the leader of a business from the long-term vision and what we're looking to create. So I got the strategic long game vision, right? I've also got to put my focus on the results for client delivery. So making sure that our clients are getting amazing results. They're having an incredible, unique, powerful experience, world-class support behind the journey that they're going down to be able to produce real results, tangible momentum. I've also got to make sure that we're enrolling the right clients into the program, making sure that we've got the best possible people coming into this journey that we are 100% confident that we can help. And The other side of that is making sure that we're attracting ideal clients who are aligned with our mission and our message and truly speak to the individual we know for sure we can help progress and move forward, right? We're not just looking to enroll anyone. We're not just allowing anyone with a pulse and a credit card to be able to join any program or sign in through a sales page. Like it's just not the way that we operate. And so my focus gets to be on those elements. And here's the thing, it's being able to now organize certain days to focus on one of those potential buckets. So maybe once a week, we're focused on coaching with clients and making my time effective and being able to put a process in place that allows the results to occur and leveraging the time of myself and other coaches to make sure that people are progressing. And these are the things that you got to think about when you are really looking to translate your expertise into a premium environment where you are coaching and consulting clients to outcomes, to results. And so you also, again, you got the marketing and sales communication side of it and making sure that there is time set aside each and every single week for that. So it's not trying to pack everything into every single day, right? That's one mistake that I see a lot of people make, and I made it in the beginning too. Right? We're not immune to these mistakes. These are some of the challenges that you got to learn along the way. If you've got the outside support and resources to be able to condense time and really be able to limit those mistakes, then you're going to be able to excel faster, right? And so making sure that you are prioritizing what matters in a very strategic way, so you're not trying to do everything all at once. And now it's like, man, I can't get it all done. And it's because we're maybe not looking at it in a way that's as effective as we possibly can be, and certainly not aligned with the way that you know you can operate in the marketplace, a thriving business with the time and energy to spend with family and friends and people that you love and have a life, right? And so there's also, again, you got those new projects and teams, being able to build the team, being able to bring people on board. For us, we really look for the absolute best qualified individuals, not only that we welcome into our program as clients, but also that we invite onto our team, because we want an environment of excellence that really makes up this core journey that our clients go through to be able to produce amazing outcomes and transformation in their life and their business. And so we need to understand that we can do anything as experts, entrepreneurs, as high achievers. We can do anything, but believing you have to do everything and that you're alone in doing it all is really the current obstacle that to making progress, to making any level of progress, that's really going to hold us back. It's going to create a lot of friction, and it's only going to divert our attention, energy, money, resources, and time that really moves us towards this idea that I don't have enough time to do any of that. So we've got to ground ourselves in these two realities of where we're putting our focus and what we're prioritizing, so that we can then leverage a more strategic way of approaching the week. And if we just had maybe 1-2 hours a day, notice how it's going to require you to start thinking strategically and say, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that this is getting done here. I'm going to make sure this is getting done on this day. And you know what the other thing is? Being willing to let go. Along with simplifying, we've got to be willing to let go and start bringing on that help. Be willing to ask for help. Be willing to bring on that team member to support you, that virtual assistant to be able to help you with things, that person that can maybe support you in areas of your life. We can't just think about, oh, it's just for those things in our business. It's just for that person to build out my funnel, or whatever tactical thing your mind goes to when it comes to reaching out and getting support or building a team around you. We've got to think about building a team around us for things in our life and our business, so that we can put our time, money, and attention on the things that matter and move us forward to live every day that calling that allows us to grow. So this is where you want to be able to really think about putting your attention. If you give yourself the gift of being able to really bring yourself to a place where, hey, I've got an hour or two every single day, this is possible, but you've got to make sure that you've got that foundation in place. You're moving in the direction that gets you focused. And now we are taking steps towards being able to live your legend.
Hey, my friend, hope you enjoyed that video. Listen, if you're looking for a way to increase your value, master premium client acquisition, and make a meaningful difference without sacrificing your freedom, then you've come to the right place. I want you to do two things right now. Number one is click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that way you never miss a new video and you can make sure that you get notifications. And number two, if you are an expert, coach, or consultant that is ready to build a reliable business online, become more along the way, and you want to work with us personally to take your life and business to the next level, then go to personalmastery.com, learn how you can become our client.